Hey guys, we haven't done this in a while. Hang on, I'm just gonna close the door.
I'm not permitted to talk about this button, but I do have another comment. It looks like I was born with jaundice. Everything about me is yellow. So that's my other complaint.
Oh my gosh. I have night vision on my phone.
And it's all I blame Thanos.
Obviously.
Because of the...
What?
Should I do it?
Thanos snapped, so my phone turned on night vision.
Exactly. Turned to jaundice. We're close to... Okay. It's been 2 weeks. Welcome back, Siskel. Pump fist.
Anyways, so this week we had Flash.
Why don't we go in order of days? Start with Sunday.
There was nothing on Sunday.
Nothing on Sunday.
So we had Arrow, Flash,
Flashik,
and Star Trek Discovery.
What about Kim's Convenience?
We don't count that.
We don't talk that, but we do like it.
Anyways, so the Flash was Cause and Excess, where Nora did like a time loop thing.
I don't trust that, Nora. I don't trust her.
Nora did a time loop thing to get to save everyone from Cicada. And
over and over and over and over and over.
That's what time loops are. And then Arrow was Star City Slayer.
That was good.
Star Trek Discovery, they were all trapped on the ship. And Tilly got trapped in a mushroom.
That was an amazing episode.
The
Star Trek.
Wait, hang on. No, Star Trek Discovery is the one where Tilly was in the mycelial network, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, okay. I was thinking of 2 weeks ago. So, what was your favorite episode of the week?
Star Trek.
Really?
Yeah, it was wickedly cool.
Okay. Why? Thoughts and rating.
First of all, I like Captain Pike. He's very calm.
Yeah.
He's cool.
I like Pike.
He's collect. I don't like him better than Kirk, but I like him.
You need to watch the original Pike.
They don't give him enough. He's almost like a supporting character.
Well,
but I like him. Of course, I like Michael Burnham. She's a hottie, but also because she's good. Tilly's and Stamets is, but Saru, who hardly had a role, I like him.
Saru's been one of my favorite characters on this show consistently.
Yeah, and I like the themes. It's still a little bit too Hollywoody for me. Certain things, that they're trying to do, but it's very Star Trek.
Well,
very
becoming more Star Trek.
Very Star Trek.
I like that they're fixing the plot holes.
Yeah, and I find it more 60-ish Star Trek plot than Picardish.
You mean you found it more closer to when there was maybe 1-2-parter every 3 seasons, and every episode was a different story, and continuity actually made sense?
I just find that I could relate to it more than I could with Next Generation, even though I know Next Generation was a huge hit. So Star Trek was my number 1. Arrow was my number 2. And Flash was my number 3, but I really did like them all. So, now, can we bring up this week's Supergirl?
No, that's for next week. Anyways.
It sucked.
I liked the episode, actually. But anyways.
But we're talking about it next week.
We are. So. We're talking about it next week. Continues to talk about it.
No, I'm not talking about it anymore.
Okay, enough. So, what would you rate Star Trek Discovery?
Out of what? The usual 2?
Yeah.
1.5.
Alright, my favorite was Arrow.
Why?
Because
There's got to be the straight one. There's got to be the funny one.
This season has been consistently amazing. There's not been a bad episode, and I think that last episode was probably my favorite episode of the season. It brought back Stanley, who was a major character in the first half. It set up things in the future. The flash forwards were great. Dinah had a story. The Oliver and William thing. The Curtis thing. It was all good. I liked it all. I thought it was a very, very strong episode.
You know, I like your points. They're quite valid, and I'll tell you why I can't choose it as my number one.
Okay.
With Star Trek, they make the story, meaning the adventure, the primary part of their show. And then they introduce personal facts about the individuals into the story, but those personal things are intertwined into the adventure. With Arrow and all the other CW shows, it seems like there's the adventure, and then
Well, it's CW. They need to have time for romance drama.
And then there are personal nonsense, which takes away from the show. So that's my issue with the CW. Like, I know Doctor Who wasn't on, but the reason that I like Doctor Who so much is because it was so non-Hollywood. They brought up, again, those social issues or political issues within...
Very obviously.
Yeah, but within the adventure. They never had the Doctor sitting crying and whining and moping and about her own...
Supergirl.
Exactly. So that's my problem with the CW. So when they're...
But there's been weeks when it was your best episode.
Yeah, when they're competing against each other. But if they're competing again in non-CW...
there were times when you had, like, Arrow over Doctor Who this season.
Fine, but they were, like, outstanding episodes with probably very little personal nonsense.
Anyways. So...
But I get it.
I really liked Arrow. The flash forward stuff, the reveal that Black Star was Oliver and Felicity's daughter, which was probably...
But weird that her last name was Smoke?
Well, not if she's trying to hide. Well, because people don't like vigilantes, so she might...
She still introduced herself to William as whatever her first name was, Smoke.
Yeah, because people don't like vigilantes.
So...
You go deal with the dog.
So that's what we're doing.
No. Anyways, so... Sorry, someone just walked in. Anyways, I liked Arrow. Is in number one this week for me. I think my least favorite, not because it was bad. It was one... I really liked the episode. I enjoyed watching it both the times that I watched it. Was The Flash. What are you doing?
I got it better.
No, you didn't.
I used to go...
No.
And out.
No. Anyways, so... The Flash...
But I'd never do it to you. I would never.
Okay. Anyways, The Flash I liked. It was a very good episode. We got Nora going back in time to save everyone.
Thawne.
Actually, what do you mean Thawne? He wasn't even in the episode.
Abyssal.
When?
She went to talk to him. I think in the...
That was last week.
Whatever.
Anyways, there was barely any actual Grant Gustin in the episode, which I know a lot of people do not like about the season, that it seems like Barry is becoming a side character in his own show.
Didn't he go get married?
No, because one episode, they wanted to focus on Nora. Another episode, he was filming the crossover. This episode, he was gone for half the episode. But I liked the episode of The Flash overall. And I guess the only reason it's my last place is because Arrow and Star Trek were better, which is very rare this season that Star Trek were to be better than The Flash, because I'm really liking The Flash this season, and Star Trek Discovery's been meh for me.
So give your score.
Give your score for Flash, since it's your
Well, I didn't give... What did I say was second? Arrow, right?
Yeah. So give your score for Flash.
What about Arrow?
We only talk about our...
Best and worst?
Yeah.
3/4.
Really? Not even 1 for Flash?
3/4.
Really?
The Flash wasn't...
Wow.
The Flash was hardly in The Flash. Nora's a lying, conniving...
Nora did not lie in this episode.
Sneaky...
What did Nora do in this episode?
Weasel.
What did Nora do in this episode? Only this episode. What did she do?
She looped all those times without telling the team. Weasel.
Barry time traveled without telling the team.
Not to be mistaken with Liesel from The Sound of Music.
Barry time traveled a bunch of
But
times
Weasel.
without telling the team.
We're not talking about Barry. He's the Flash.
Okay, what's your point? What does that have to do with anything?
So that's
Anyways,
go ahead.
My rating for Arrow, 2 3/4.
Out of 2.
Yeah.
Interesting.
That's not what I meant. I meant 1 3/4 out of 2.
You lose a 1/4 point for your mistake.
No. 1 3/4 out of 2.
And your worst?
The Flash. I wouldn't call it the worst. It's just the one I liked. There were others I liked above it. The Flash, I would give a... I think I'd give every episode this week an equal score of 1 3/4.
Oh, you're so CW. Oh.
What?
And look, the boy shaved for this week's
Okay.
episode. Look at him. Look at him. Look, he's smooth as a baby's tuchus.
Stop.
Or tuchus.
Stop.
Or tushus.
Stop.
Ah!